What's good, everybody? What's good? Got another audio today for you guys. Today, I want to talk about having that abundance mindset and what that abundance mindset can entail when you walk in it. Before we start, like, comment, subscribe to the page. Definitely want to hear from you guys. Definitely want to, I want to know your thoughts, know what you're thinking. But yeah, let's just jump right in and talk about it, the abundance mindset. What does it mean to have an abundance mindset, basically? And, I know for some people, most people should know the answer to that because when you break down the word abundance and then just mindset, it should just kind of speak for itself. But I think the biggest issue that people are having is how to walk in that abundance mindset and how to be able to see manifestations of the abundance mindset, basically. So we're going to, in this audio, just kind of break it down and kind of see how each section of it works, from the fact of understanding what it is to seeing the manifestations of that mindset, or of that abundance through the mindset that you have. So yeah, let's just go into it. So abundance mindset, man, and why it's important to have that is because on this earth, every single one of us on this planet has the ability. They have the ability to have that abundance mindset, and to have that ability is important. But a lot of times it's taking the ability to reality, and that's going to be the issue. So the reason why a lot of people tend to struggle with the abundance mindset is because it really just starts in the mind. It really just starts in your thinking. A lot of times, a lot of people don't get the things that they really want or truly want more often than not because they don't think that they can have it, and therefore they speak that into existence. People don't understand the importance of speaking things into existence, because now you're putting that energy out into the universe. You're putting what you're saying out there in the universe. That's why I always tell people, you have to be careful of what you say a lot of times. There's a biblical term for it, life and death is in the power of the tongue. And a lot of times, the things that you may say are usually the things that end up manifesting itself. And sometimes you'll get a person who's very pessimistic, right? And let's say for instance, they'll be like, you know what? It's a high paying job, but I don't think I'm gonna get that job. I don't think I'm gonna get that job. I don't think I'm gonna get that job, right? And they would apply for that, even though they had the mentality for it and then they spoke it. They would apply for it. And then when they come to find out that, oh, well, I didn't get it, then they were like, hey, I told you, I knew I wasn't going to get it. But then thinking about it, you are the one that set that into motion when you said, hey, I'm not going to get that job. So, and a lot of times people say, well, I'm just saying it so I can, prepare for the fall just in case it doesn't happen, right? That's the wrong mindset to have. If you flip it, right, and let's say you go into this mode of, hey, I'm going to get this job. I'm going to apply for it. I'm going to get it. Somehow, somewhere, that door is going to open up for me to get it. Now, a lot of times you can have that mentality and it may not open up, right? But this is where your test of your faith comes in, and how much you're willing to believe that it will happen. Because that's another thing too that starts into motion, is that you've now put that in the universe that, hey, I'm going for this job. I'm going to get this job. And you have to remember that there's forces that we don't see that are trying to block that from happening. That they don't want to see that manifestation for you to happen. But this is where, when you have that faith and you have that perseverance and you keep going and you keep staying locked in, that's where all of a sudden you're going to start to see that manifestation take place. But you might be thinking, well, Charlie, what does this have to do with abundance? Well, good question. Because a lot of times abundance just starts with one. And that's the key, because if you can see it manifest itself one time, it can manifest itself again. And that's an important thing to think about. That's an important thing to capture, is that if you, using the job analogy, if you know that you can get a job and you've gotten it, let's say you lose that job, you know that, hey, I've been able to have a job, right? So now I can apply to more places. And now all of a sudden, now the opportunity that you had for the first time, now all of a sudden you can apply to multiple places, and you realize, well, now I got 2 different jobs that are looking to try to hire me, or even 3 different jobs, right? But it's that mentality, because you learned from the first situation and you kept the faith and you kept the right mindset and you spoke it. And a lot of that ends up manifesting itself because of that. And you can apply that across the board. It doesn't matter what it is. You can apply that with women. You can apply that with money. You can apply that with all kind of things. The abundance mindset is really what it is, the abundance mindset. And a lot of times the abundance mindset just really comes from how genuine your spirit is on it, your heart. Your spirit. Your heart is your spirit, really. You know, when people say that, oh, you know, this person has heart, what they're really referring to is that this person has spirit. And it just resides in your spirit. Where is your spirit leading you to with that? And that's the importance of abundance mindset, right? So now, you know, I gave you that analogy with the job situation, right? Now, like I said, now to see the manifestations happen, understand that, you know, there are certain things that have to happen. There are certain things that have to be in play. And you have to be able to understand that, you know, it's laws of attraction. It's, you know, laws of averages, laws of different things, right? Now, obviously, of course, you know, we can go into all that and whatnot. But basically, the whole thing behind seeing the manifestation is learning to take something from your thoughts, you know, from a spirit realm personally, and then take that energy and then utilize that energy to then see the manifestations take place, right? Because you remember, you're taking it from a spirit realm into a physical realm. That way you can see the tangible results of that physical realm. And that's the key right there. And so that's why it's important to be able to manifest. That's why it's so important to be able to have the right mindset when it comes to that, because you're taking something that is unseen to making it seen, right? Remember that the spirit world is a more powerful realm. And what makes it a more powerful realm is the fact that it's endless. It you know, like energy is endless, right? And so it has to channel itself somewhere. So, you know, and that alone is a good thing, is to know that, okay, in the spirit realm, anything is possible. You can create anything. Or when I say you can create anything in your thought process, in your mind, from the spirit realm. Now, taking it from that realm into the physical realm is a whole nother story, because now you have to be able to lock in. That's where most people miss it, is that you have to stay locked into it, because now you have to understand that in this physical realm, in this physical sense, you can only focus on what it is that you want to see manifested, right? So you have to take what you're thinking or what you write down or whatnot, and then execute it, so that way you can tangibly enjoy it. That's part of the abundance mindset. And so that's why I said that when you see that first manifestation of something that happens, if you have that recorded through your experience, now you know how to be able to manifest it again and again and again. So this is the part that a lot of people tend to miss, is that it's that in between from the spirit into the physical, and understanding that from the spirit into the physical, it's a transference that's taking place. But you have to understand that within that transference is that you're going to be met with a lot of opposition. Now you have to be able to stay focused, and you stay locked in, and you got to stay with it, because once you see that, then you start to see that abundance mindset become a reality, and that's what you want. And now when you have that abundance in your life, now you can now be able to say, hey, you know, this was the result of what it was that I was thinking, and everything that we did and the steps that were taken to get that to manifest itself. And so I just wanted to drop that audio for you guys as far as the abundance mindset and understanding the abundance mindset fully. So with that, we're going to go ahead and end this audio. But I want to thank you guys, thank you guys for your support. Thank you guys for everything that you do. I love you guys, and I will see you guys in the next audio.